Namaste and greeting from Mount Face Nepal Treks and Expedition. This is the videos recorded during the Everest Base Camp Trek via Chola Pass. Your journey to the world's highest mountain begins with a scenic flight from Ramechhap to Lukla. As you soar above the Himalayas, marvel at the dramatic landscapes, deep valleys and towering peaks. A thrilling gateway to the Everest region. After landing at Lukla, we begin our walk through charming Serpa villages. The trail descends to the Phagding of a peaceful village nestled by the Dutkoshi River. We continue north, passing suspension bridges and pine forests, and ascend to the vibrant trading hub of Namche Bazaar, where the air begins to thin and the views begins to open. From Namche Bazaar, we make a short hike to the famous Everest View Hotel. The glimpse of Mount Everest, Amadablam, and other majestic peaks, including flora and fauna, Himalayan Thar we can spot over here in this route. Just above Kanjuma, we split from the traditional EBC route and ascend through Mongla Pass or spiritual ridges offering panoramic mountain vistas. We move through the Dole and Machermo, gaining altitude as ag pastures and alpine terrain begin to dominate the trail. A dedication, you have to have a concentration. You're already done. Arriving in Gokyo, you are surrounded by pristine turquoise lakes. A side trip to the fifth lakes reveal a surreal world of rock, water, and ice, with Everest mirror in the distance. Climbing Gokyo Ri, one of the finest viewpoints in the Everest region, rewards us with a breathtaking 360-degree panorama of Everest, Lhotse, Makalu, and Choyu, four of the world's highest peak, including beautiful Gokyo Lake and Glacier too. We continue across the Nagrompa Glacier, trekking over shifting ice and rock to reach Dragnet, the gateway to one of the most challenging sections of the track. The climb to Chola Path is steep, often icy, and requires a strong heart and steady pace. The final part of the Chola Pass is quite complicated. There is a rope, you need to hold that rope to climb up. If icy and snowfall happen at last night, it could be more difficult. But today, we are lucky that we don't need to face any kind of icy trail. We're almost turned up. For the safety, there is a rope attached with a rock, so you can hold if you feel uncomfortable. At 5,420 meters, a Chola greets you with dazzling views of Cholatse, Amadablam, Tabuche, and sweeping Himalayan valleys. Reaching at the Chola Pass, it is another success of our trip. Once we've crossed the Chola Pass, we descend gradually to reach Jongla. Trail to Jongla, the first section is quite difficult, that means quite acute descent. Then after all valley, slowly gradual down, it is beautiful walk till to the Jongla. Jongla itself is surrounded by mountain including Cholache and Tabuche and river valley nearby. It is one of the beautiful mountain village during these trekking routes. Amadablam we can see very near beautiful mountain of Everest regions. The trail toward Labuche, a high altitude settlement surrounded by snow-capped peaks. Along the way, we can see some glacial lakes and the Alpinist Memorial Park, a humbling tribute to a climber who lost their lives in pursuit of the Everest. From here, trekkers from Dingboche join the route, and the valley begins to narrow as we climb toward the roof of the world. Labuche, it is a very small settlement. Sometimes it is very hard to get room over here. That is the reason pre-booking is highly recommended for Labuche or even all around the trekking route of Mount Everest region. From Labuche, it takes almost 3 hours to reach the Goraksev. Goraksev is the last settlement before we reach Everest Base Camp. Just before Goraksev, we need to walk on the glacier, melting glacier. Every time the trail, it changes. The last year was different and this year was different. The final push to the Everest Base Camp begins from Goraksev. Our last stop before the goals. After a warm tea break, we walk across glacier and rocky terrain. Our footsteps enjoying the spirits of countless climbers before us. Walk slowly, and reaching Everest Base Camp is a moment of triumph. Players' flag flutter in the cold wind. The mighty Khumbu icefall rises before us. It is emotional, overwhelming, inspiring, unforgettable. On a clear evening, we witness the magical sunset from Gorakset as the golden lights paint Everest and surrounding peaks. Early morning, we ascend Kalapathar, the most iconic viewpoint of the Everest regions. As we sunrises behind the Mount Everest, the Himalayan giant glow in the golden light, pure magic. We begin our descent through Labuche, retracing our steps past the Alpinist Memorial with quiet reflection and a deep sense of achievement. We pass through the Feriche, a picturesque valley with wide meadows, and continue to Pangboche, home to one of the oldest monasteries in the region. The Feriche itself, it is a beautiful settlement where they do have a good hotel with attached bathroom too. The Mount Amadablam can see all along the way. Passing through the beautiful landscapes, we reach the Pangboche. Pangboche, home to one of the oldest monasteries in the regions. Passing through the Tengboche, another beautiful village, or even it is also known as a viewpoint. Viewpoint from there we can see Mount Everest, even more mountain you can see passing through the stupas, Buddhist shrine, monument, suspension bridges. It is beautiful walk down to Namche Bazaar for sure. Even on the way we can find some beautiful trees and we can explore more about the things while coming down. The Pangboche Monastery, it is one of the biggest monastery in the Everest region. It is also said that this monastery is connected with Runbuk Monastery that located in Tibet just behind the Mount Everest. After visiting Tingboche Monastery, one of the most spiritual and scenic places in the Khumbu, we begin our return journey towards the Lukla again. The trail descends through lush rhododendron and juniper forests, passing the villages of Angboche with stunning views of Amadablam accompanying us along the way.
Does it fly?
So reaching the Namche Bazaar, it is also one of the exciting moments during our trekking period. After successful Gokyo, Chola and Everest Base Camp, we've been here at Namche Bazaar, the gateway of Khumbu Valley. It is one of the beautiful spots during our trek. Here, everything we can find. They do have a club, fire pizza, everything. They do have even massage. Everything we can find in Namche Bazaar. Getting down from Namche Bazaar, passing through Manjo, Phagding, and we reach to Lukla. The next morning, we will fly to Ramechhap. Flying to Ramechhap is also one of the stunning flight. During the flight we can experience the Lebanese landscape and hilly regions. Just 16-minute flight down to the Ramechhap, then we will take private van towards the Kathmandu. Almost 5 to 6 hour drive takes you Kathmandu, the capital city of Nepal. You'll be happy after successful trip of Everest Base Camp via Gokyo Lake. So around the world, if you like to explore Nepalese Himalaya and high altitude trekking or adventure tours, anything if you want to do in Nepal, please remember Mount First Nepal Treks and Expedition. We promise for a safety and enjoyable moment in the Himalaya. Please join with us to explore Nepal and Nepalese culture in future. Have a good time ahead. Thank you so much for watching these videos and thank you so much for your patience, and for sure we would like to welcome you here in Kathmandu. Have a good time ahead.